Nothing like a cheesy fake applause intro, right?
Hey, man, we got a lot of people here cheering the song tonight.
We have a lot of people here, but
people.
Nobody's cheering the song. And once again, they put us right in front of the bathroom.
Yeah, and right under this tornado fan. Goodness, I need a blanket tonight. Man, but here we are again at Longview Oil Bowl for another mayhem.
As they say in Longview, it's the All Bowl.
All Bowl, yeah.
Just 2 syllables, All Bowl.
All Bowl, yeah. But tonight, what a format we got.
Right.
As you can see.
There's going to be a bacon competition going on. Baker doubles tonight, and we are ready.
From the look of it, there's nobody got a clue what's going on. We're the only ones that understand the format.
We're the only ones that can bake.
Yeah.
And you know what? Believe it or not, okay, so this, we'll be truthful. This is this is just a prop, a gag, or whatever. Our great prop guys brought that out.
You understand the format, but completely don't understand the dress code.
Oh, that's
Thank you for that there,
Thanks, Troy.
Yeah.
So, but later on, really and truly, we do have a cake.
Yeah, I brought in my Easy Bake Oven tonight, and you didn't know it, but I had it in the back of my car. And so I set it up when we got here, threw in some ingredients, and the next thing you know, out popped a cake.
It's amazing that you're saying that right in front of Sue, and she's the one that baked it.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah.
All right, here in just a couple of minutes, we're going to bring up Mike Flanagan. If for some reason you've been off the planet for a while and don't know who Mike is,
Wait, you would have to be off the planet not to know who Mike is.
Well, I just said that.
Yeah, I just wanted to repeat it in case someone didn't hear it.
All right. Mike is a lifelong bowler, attended Lindenwood University. And I've got we'll let him do that here in just a couple of seconds. Before we bring him on, though, we're wearing our Texas shirts because UT baseball team is in the World Series.
Yeah, they clinched it last night.
Series. Yep.
Kind of stumbled the first game. They came back and barely won the second game with a 3-inning comeback for I don't know how many runs they had to score, maybe 7. But yeah, last night they did it in style. I believe it was 10-1 or 11-1 final.
Hey, you know what June is?
June is the start of the heat in Texas.
Yeah, it was 101 today.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, no, June is Lane Courtesy Month. Now, I didn't realize that lane courtesy played such an important role in everyone's life. I thought it was just mainly for bowlers, but it really, truly is Lane Courtesy Month.
Yeah, Lane Courtesy Month. Are they referring to bowling or what?
Well, no, but they could have been.
They could have been, yeah.
Could have been, yeah.
I
never have understood the double jump.
Yeah.
Can you explain? I mean, I've tried it. I've bowled in PBA 50 stuff. Never have I'm looking both ways going, is it safe to cross? Do I have,
Well, if you do it like I do it, when you get into the PBA stuff, the regional stuff or whatever that we've all both bowled in, I'm like, 2-lane courtesy. Hey, is it okay to bowl down there? Can I go now?
Which is why Pete McCordick sent you that letter and said, please don't come back.
Don't come back. Yeah. I thought I was doing the right thing. I don't know.
All right, we have a surprise for you, Mike. Let's go ahead and bring Mike Flanagan up. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
We're doing great tonight.
Did you not know it was Baker doubles night? Did you get that?
I thought my broadcasts were off the rails, and then I tuned into this thing. So I have no idea what's going on there.
We went off the rail a long time ago and seemed to get back.
What we lack in expertise, we make up for in stupidity and silliness.
Yep, there you go.
So, all right, Mike, you got a huge resume. You really and truly do.
This is only 6 sheets of it, and there's 4 more down here on the other table.
This Lindenwood University thing you guys threw out there, that one threw me for a loop. You guys have dug deep into the archives.
Well, hey, we have a crack research team.
Yeah,
I thought you was going to say it wasn't true.
Or we have a research team on crack.
A little of both.
All right, so before we get cranked up really, really good, you put out a bowling tip video that has improved our game incredibly, and we want to share it with you real quick. If you not
only us, but everybody at our bowling center went crazy about it. I mean, Yeah. All right. Roll it, Brad.
He's. We didn't share this with you ahead of time. How could you possibly know?
Hey. Millions of fans all over the world.
All right, I'm here with Mike Flanagan from Inside Bowling. He's a typical one-handed bowler, kind of in between, not a super high rev rate, but not a low one. 220 average bowler. You bowl competitively in leagues, some tournaments. Do you get mad when you get beat by two-handers?
Oh, all the time. The two-handers are dominating me constantly.
Just they create more power, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Better pin carry. So I'm going to give you a tip now on how you can get even more power than the two-handers.
All right, let's see it.
Now, Mike, you're a typical 5-step approach, right?
Yep.
Okay, because there's a different tip for a 4-step that we'll get to in a minute. So with a 5-step, we'll go ahead and set up where you normally do.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, with this tip, we're not going to change the setup or the timing. But here's the secret. And, even the pros do this on television. You just can't see it. It happens so quickly. I want you to make this shot, and after your third step, I want you to take your left thumb and put it in your left ear and hold it there until the ball goes through the pins.
Okay, I can do that.
Let's check it out. So with a 4-step approach, Mike's going to demonstrate the difference. It's a very subtle difference with the left hand, but I don't know why it works this way, but it definitely does. With a 4-step, instead of using your thumb in the ear, you want to use that pinky. It could be either that direction or that direction, whichever you prefer.
I have never generated as much power as I have today with the pinky and the thumb trick today.
Oh, yeah. I know. When I tell my students this little tip that nobody really knows about because it happens so fast on television, they can't believe that it actually works.
Yeah, I actually went back frame by frame on TV doing my DVR, and I still couldn't see them do it. They do it so fast.
Yeah. The pros are good at it. So, Mike, you're going to have to practice this to get even quicker at it.
Yeah, and the messengers I was throwing today, it almost looked like somebody was sitting down there throwing them across the deck, but it's just, it's that trick.
We didn't see that without the thumb and the pinky in the ear, did we?
No, we sure didn't. So thanks for joining us today on this special April 1st edition of our video. We'll be back next week with another instructional video for you.
Well, everybody.
Okay, so the tip works so well that we've actually done it, and we want to share our positive results with you, Mike, if we could, real quick.
Okay.
I know you can't wait for this. I can tell.
Hey, I don't know about you, Mike, but I had to put some easy slide on my finger. I don't know if you did or not.
No, I didn't have any problems.
Didn't have any problems with it? Okay.
Aren't you glad you agreed to come on? I mean, really, are you regretting it yet?
No, I'm good. This is the most research and preparedness anybody's had for me ever.
So I do have a serious question. Where are you?
I'm in Utah right now, Ogden, Utah.
Okay. I didn't know if you went to Lubbock or are you not doing the Lubbock show?
Friday.
Oh, okay. Good. All right. So it wasn't that bad of a drive, or is it?
I didn't drive. I flew this time.
Oh, okay.
Gas prices have gone up a little bit.
Yeah, but jet fuel is still cheap.
You're right.
Catch a plane is cheaper.
Yeah. All right. You are the marketing director of Bowler X.
Well, actually, I was until June 1st. We actually have parted ways June 1st, but it was an amicable separation. Lee and Krista are doing some things a little bit different way moving forward. And my company's been shifting a lot as well. So
Inside Bowling?
Just, all the different things I'm involved with. Yeah. So, everything evolves. And we used to primarily be involved with digital marketing and social media management for other companies. And, that part of my business, we pretty much just only do the digital marketing for our own brand now. We're involved with a couple other bowling centers and stuff, but it's very minimal anymore. The business has really shifted. And to be honest with you, I'm a lot happier. I got a lot more time on my hands because monitoring social media accounts, especially in today's day and age, at one point in time, I was logged into about 20 different accounts per platform between Facebook, Instagram, some with Snapchat, and as well as YouTube. So I'm feeling pretty good at 42 years old to have a lot of that really hard, heavy lifting work back to the clients that we worked with, and now they can handle it on their own. I think we did a great job with it. I really do. And I think a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into that. But I'm kind of happy to be done with a lot of that. Although if the right opportunity came across and somebody needed our services, we could have a conversation about it.
I was going to say, I can tell you there is a lot of work. We do this just for fun, as you can obviously tell. We both have regular jobs that pay the bills, but this is fun, but it does take a lot of time. I mean, you have a 15-second clip that goes on and it takes you an hour and a half to edit it. Maybe not an hour and a half.
Yeah, not you. 15 minutes at the most.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You've never seen me edit.
Hey,
1 o'clock in the morning, I'm bloodshot eyes.
Last show we did, we made a quarter, so I think we're moving up in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, we feel like we can get some real broadcast cameras in another 12 years based on the income we're making on this. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, do we have some questions from any
we have
viewers?
a lot of questions. Do you bowl in league?
No.
Really? I mean, you just don't have time?
Yeah, I don't have time. And here in Utah, I never really established a core group of friends that I would even want to really go bowl league with. So since I left Storm Products, I'm kind of a loner out here. So traveling so many days out of the year, I used to tell people I'm a Cardinal fan and Tony La Russa was the manager. And I used to tell people back then, do you think Tony La Russa wants to go play softball with his buddies after managing a doubleheader? So the only time I really bowl is in my instructional videos when needed. So that's about it.
So if me and Brad come out to Utah, we could hook up with you and be some buddies.
I've never been to Utah.
Yeah. No, I have.
No doubt.
Awesome. Well, give me something else there, Brad. You got it all written down.
Dino, who is a kind of a local guy, not local, but he's
somewhat.
He's kind of an icon around East Texas. The Oil Bowl here does a Longview doubles every year, which is an awesome tournament. He comes and bowls it. He shoots 300 right off the bat. Ends up running the step ladder finals yesterday. Terry and I were actually volunteering at the women's state USBC tournament here, so we didn't get to hear the commentary, but we were watching it. So he didn't throw a bad shot. Kind of help us out with that. How was he so lined up and everybody else couldn't?
Yeah, well, look, I don't like to talk about the bowling balls too much, but there is a certain deadly combination when Dino Castillo can use a Black Widow Ghost. There's something very strange and mysterious about how that ball matches up going left to right on even the most difficult of patterns. We've seen Tommy Jones use it on television. Sean Maldonado likes to go to that ball. And it's kind of feast or famine. You either love that ball or you hate that ball. And when I saw Dino make that ball change in the 4-for-3 match, the last game in Bowl 250, I didn't think that was a good ball change at the time. But there's just something magical about him and that ball mentally. And for some reason on that pattern and on these flatter patterns, that bowling ball for him, when he misses in, it sets. When he misses right, it recovers. Wow. And he broke them down with some advice with Sean Maldonado that down lane, depending on how you were going at it, some guys had a dime to hit, some guys had a quarter to hit, and we said that Dino had about $1 to hit down lane. Wow. He had a nice big spot down lane, and that bowling ball allowed him to get it down to different parts of the lane. I mean, there was one that he sprayed. I think it was the third shot in the opening match.
Is that the one that almost went in the gutter?
Yeah, it could have gone in the gutter, and it recovered for a strike. So as soon as that happened, I was like, holy cow, he's got something really special here. But to beat Barnes, and then you have to beat Jurek, and then you have to beat Parker, and then having to beat Chris Warren twice, that's a tall order for anybody with a magic bowling ball, with a magic line, and that much area down lane. You got to have a lot of breaks. But Dino just kept hammering on it the whole way.
He sure did, man.
So the 4-for-3 round or 4-for-3 3-game set, Jurek was just completely dialed in.
He was.
He was kind of, because he's such a nice guy, he was kind of my guy. I'm nothing against any of the other players, but Jack Jurek is just, he just emits niceness.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he couldn't get there, but that's okay. He still got to the show. So
yeah, I didn't understand his method of attack. He started with resin, and he had used urethane in the 4-for-3 match on the exact same pair. And I would have liked to have seen him use the UC3, but clearly he and his ball rep had a different plan of attack. And I'm just a commentator up in the booth. I can only call on what I've seen and what I feel. And that's one of the things I try to do in the booth. Is even sometimes when I'm wrong, I like to still put a flag in the sand and say, this is what I believe and this is what I think. And it makes other people at home, I think to themselves, yes, I agree with Mike, or no, I completely disagree with Mike. But it gets them involved now into the show, and it keeps them there longer because they want to see the outcome. Was Mike an idiot or was Mike right? Yes, I agree with him. No, I don't. So a lot of things that we do with over-under games and a lot of different things that I bring up is really just to draw more interest and keep the viewer there longer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I get hooked. My wife gets mad at me because we're sitting there and she says, well, watch this show with me. It's usually a medical show. She's in the medical field. I can't stand medical shows, but I'll sit there and, watch, and then I'll grab the old tablet and ease the whatever happens to be on, whether it be PBA 50 or PWBA, which I'm so happy that Bowl TV has picked up the PBA 50. I think that's awesome. So I don't want to put you on the spot because we didn't talk about this ahead of time, but what do you think the future of Flow is, or is there a future?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell everybody, right? This is the true transparent truth. From what I understand, nothing's been given to me one way or another on what's going to happen. I have no inside information that I'm being, tight-lipped about, right? There are a lot of people that have already written off Flow Sports to bowling. They're just assuming that this thing is gone and done. Okay. And does it make sense to have bowling all in one channel? Is that what the fans want? Absolutely. Would it make a lot of sense for PBA to be on Bowl TV next year? Yes. And if that were to happen, I hope Bowl TV raises the price. I really do. I hope they can get it up to about 100 or something like that, or maybe a little bit more, because to be able to staff and put out the types of shows we want to put out is going to need a little more funding. And we would need a lot of people to come over to Bowl TV because there are a lot of things we would like to do. And remember, the USBC owns Bowl TV, and they're a non-for-profit organization. Right. So I have heard in meetings and talking to them, they're always willing to invest more into that product as the revenue rolls in. So that makes me feel really good. Now, on the Flow side of things, okay, you can look up articles online. Flow has been funded with millions of dollars by investors for all of their sports. I just saw Dale Earnhardt Jr. post online that he got his Flow racing box in the mail. So Flow is doing well in a lot of different sports. But this is the one thing I think about. All right, these highly funded companies like Flow Sports. What if all of a sudden somebody's talking to the CEO, which I don't even know his name, and said, hey, we want to maybe give you another round of funding. Can you put us together a proposal of everything that's going on? Imagine being in a boardroom where he comes in and goes over to the volleyball folks and says, how's Flow volleyball going? And you go, oh, it's going great. We're growing subscribers. We're doing this, whatever. How's Flow racing going? Oh, Dale Jr. just did this. Then he goes over and goes, hey, how's the bowling going? And they go, well, as a matter of fact, we didn't do the PBA 50 and we're debating what we're going to do moving forward. And the CEO go, what? We can't be losing any sports. Are you kidding me? We're not going to get this funding. We got to grow, right? You better get bowling back on going again here because it could cost us some major funding. We don't want to be decreasing. We want to be increasing the amount of sports and entertainment we provide over here. You just never know when a board meeting like that's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the way I look at it. There's so many different scenarios that are way above any of our pay grades. We have no idea what's going to happen. So that's kind of the way I look at things. Nothing would surprise me ever in business.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, yeah, you got a point. I just look at the two formats and the two platforms. Watching, and I don't know. You may be on a shoestring budget with Bowl TV, but the product you're putting out, to me, is pretty darn top notch. I mean, you guys obviously, number one, you're a cohesive team and you work together, and you're having fun. I love to hear you say, hey, I'm going to run up and down the lanes here and grab some scores or grab some interviews. And I don't know how, if you talk about a truck, is there really a truck, or is that kind of I mean, we talk about a crew here, and I'm going to be brutally honest. Our crew is
You're
us.
looking at it.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
Here we go.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
we let's just put it this way, okay? I watched a movie called Iron Eagle when I was a kid, okay?
Yep.
And Chappie, Colonel Lewis Sinclair, was helping Doug Masters come in to rescue his dad. And he told him, we got to fool him with foil packs, make it look like there's more of us than there really is, instead of just 2 planes coming in to rescue Colonel Masters. So I kind of take that philosophy when I'm on the air, that we are much bigger and we have way more stuff going on than most people realize. Okay. We have said little white lies, like, yeah, our production meeting this morning, I remember you bringing that up about 3:45 this morning in the production meeting, and this time this person's coming in, and we had talked about we were going to do this at this exact same time. All that is complete BS. But we have had people in the chat say, do you guys really need to start working that early in the day? And then we joke around. That whole truck thing came up like this, right? I'm sitting there looking into the camera, trying to sign off. I'm also the producer with the computer like over there somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm like a complete idiot going off the air, being like, have a good day, everybody. And then my head is out of screen and I'm clicking a button over here. So that's when I go, guys in the truck, are you going to click the button? Come on, we got to get out of here. Come on, guys. And then I click the button, right? So I just come up with these ridiculous things, you know.
Well, your secret's safe with us.
Yeah.
You know, we're just a couple of ducks.
Kind of like my easy bake oven, you know. Yeah.
Well, you're good at making stuff up.
But that was real.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I can remember my sister having an easy bake oven when I was a kid, and the cakes were like this big.
Yeah.
That's a sheet cake over there.
Yeah, that's a monster of a cake, I'm telling you.
All right. Black cloud.
Yes.
Myth, or is it real?
This has become more of a thing than it ever should have. So not only am I working 14-hour days, and not only do I have a great rapport with the players, and the fans, for whatever reason, all know me too. Like they see me pop up out of the booth, grab my camera and go over. And all I hear on the way, here he comes. Here he comes. Oh no. Oh, the cloud is here. Oh, you know, well, that's that one there. He's not shooting 300. Like, I mean, it has become a major part of the show and what happens out there. And these guys, for whatever reason, I don't think they could ever work for me. Like, I don't think they could ever be like part of any organization that I would ever lead, because I think they'd be too nervous in board meetings, because they clearly cannot show up in the 10th frame when I'm around with a camera. Now, if I'm behind the mic, you know, and then I'm not right down there with them, they're okay. They can finish it out. But when I get down there, I would say they're probably 25%, 300s, throwing a triple for me. So
it's kind of stretched into local league bowling, because we grab our phones when somebody's got the front 10.
Oh yeah.
And one of us runs down there.
Yeah.
And we can destroy a 300 in a blink of an eye.
Totally.
Okay. Well, if bowling didn't exist, what would you do?
Good question. I would, if I was working for the man, or I was in the traditional workforce, which is, you know, having a job, a boss, and, you know, people under me and things like that, I would assume I would probably be in some sort of marketing company, sales company. I could also see myself possibly being a real estate agent. I think I'd be really good at selling homes, and getting people exactly what they're looking for, you know, actually spending the time to find out what their dream wish list is between a husband and a wife and what they want for their kids, and actually spending late nights trying to find that perfect home for people, and then letting them know about it. And if they can't meet me there for a showing, I would have like a FaceTime, and I would go there myself and say, let's do a virtual showing. Like, I could see myself really getting into real estate and being successful. And I think there's a lot of money in real estate, especially if you get in a neighborhood with like
for sure
a couple $1 million homes or something, right? And then you're the guy in the neighborhood. So, and you can tell I've thought this out. And then, you know, this broadcasting thing, I've always had a great appreciation for broadcasting. I don't know how I would have cut my teeth in another sports arena to be able to get in there. Bowling has been pretty fortunate to me, but I also think because bowling is not as mainstream, it's provided me the opportunity. Let's face it, I'm not a gorgeous man. I don't have perfect hair. I have a bald, receding hairline, and I don't have those $1 million looks necessarily. So I don't know if I would have ever been able to make it onto Sports Center or be sitting next to a Troy Aikman in a booth or something like that. Although in today's age, it really doesn't matter as long as you do a good job. So I would like to think that maybe I was involved in sports or maybe concerts or something like that. But I'm not so sure how much I would really enjoy that either. After touring with a band like Green Day or something, doing their vlogs for a couple of weeks, I'm sure I'd get real sick of Green Day. So I don't know what I'd be doing, but there's a couple of ideas for you.
So Rock and Roll Singer did not come out. I mean, I was expecting you to say, hey, but be the lead singer for somebody.
If I had,
although you do sing on Bowl TV quite regularly.
I do.
All right, there's a couple of questions in the chat.
All right,
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, so if you can't answer, just tell me. Let's go to another one. There's a question coming. I can't read the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure I know what the question's going to be.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Late getting more information on what happened between Pete and Mrs. Delaney. Oh boy. Look, I wish people would not be so judgmental to what has come out. Okay. Whenever there's a situation where words are spoken that are embarrassing to an athlete, okay, do you really want USBC to put that out on paper? Like, is that really what we need? Is that going to do any good for our sport?
No.
Okay. Honestly, do we want that embarrassment to be broadcasted out and explained in full detail on paper? But instead, the USBC is getting hammered and blasted for not saying exactly what happened. And then, Pete's comments, his first set of comments before he deleted them and then cleaned it up and put new set of comments out, which are a complete opposite of what he put out originally. Let's just say this. This is what I said on the air. I'm very good friends with Pete. I love Pete Weber. Pete Weber has supported me in what I have done, and I also feel like I've given him a lot of support too. Pete has opened up to me over the years. He's been very vulnerable to me on the air, and I want to keep that relationship going.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. I always do. And I will tell you, there's been two situations this year on the PBA 50 tour that Pete Weber has put me in a very difficult situation in the booth with the fans of bowling, with him, and with my employer at the time, which is the United States Bowling Congress. I hate to be squeezed and put in that situation. No other player in the field is putting me in that situation at all this year. It hasn't happened at all, with the exception of maybe Forkel and Amleto with their lane courtesy deal that happened at the Super Senior Classic. But that was all aired out and perfectly fine. This situation here, I agree with what the United States Bowling Congress did in this particular situation. And I'm not going to name names, but there are several other high-end bowlers, some on Storm staff, some not on Storm staff. So I don't want this to be about ball companies at all, because I saw some of that coming out, that the only reason why they did this is because Pete is on Storm staff. That is complete bullshit. Okay. There's nothing to it. The problem is Pete Weber that morning made a bad judgment call that just was not professional. Okay. And if I was in Rob Gottschall's shoes, which he didn't make the call on his own, he felt he didn't know what to do. He's competed against Pete for years as well and has the utmost respect. He had to run it up the ladder. I had to clip it off and send it to the powers that be for them to make a decision. They did not make a knee-jerk decision. If there's only one decision that could have maybe possibly been better, is if Gottschall would have gone down and yanked Pete right out of the match immediately and just ended it. So that's my thoughts on it.
Well, you knew it was coming. So, and here again, not trying to put you on the spot.
No,
I think you answered it great.
I just, USBC keeps quiet about things to protect the player that it happened to, and people don't realize. People don't realize that. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, there you go. That's by the way, Trey is the proprietor of the Oil Bowl, so that's that was his question. I just wanted to put down He's obviously listening.
I'm not upset at the question, Trey, or anyone. I get why everybody wants to know. It's drama in bowling. Why wouldn't we want to know? And especially Pete, right?
Yeah.
He had asked me yesterday.
I hate it that it happened. I'm so mad that it happened because I am one of Pete Weber's biggest fans and biggest friend. I love Pete Weber. I hate that it happened.
Well, Pete Weber has been, whether you like him or you hate him, he's been good for bowling. He really has. I mean, he's like the bad guy in the WWE. I mean, to some people. I've met Pete. I found him to be a very cordial, nice guy. He wasn't. He had just come off the lanes. We talked for a couple of minutes, shared a laugh, and I mean, he was. I don't.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's great.
He give us the time when a lot of people wouldn't. So there's,
and he,
my hats off to him for that.
He's actually, he's obviously got some demons but we all do. His just happened to be a little more, I don't know, on the skin, on the surface. If you had one tip to give a bowler to help them improve their game, I mean, really, if you had one tip, I like that. Well, you were prepared for that question, and I thought it would stump you.
No.
One tip.
So the question or the answer I give everybody is always hit the pin in the front. You have a better chance to knock down the ones that you're trying to. Okay. But I'm for real. I'm for real. Do you know how many times I call tournaments where it's like flat and people are trying to hook it and they're leaving washouts all the time? Square up your angles. Hit the head pin, people. For crying out loud.
I always said if you hit the head pin, good things could happen.
Well, you can kind of go back to Jack Jurek. He's no flash, but I mean, that's what he did, in the 4-3.
But the other tip that I'll give people is if you take a 5-step approach, make sure your first step doesn't get too big.
But, okay. Almost like a lot of 5-steppers, that first step is kind of a little shuffle slide. And
it's a timing step. You just barely move it. You don't even want to pick it up off the floor.
That's what I do. And I'm not saying I'm good or anything. That's what I do.
Sometimes people's first steps get huge and it screws up everything else after it.
Especially when you're 6'6" and you have legs that are, giraffe.
Forever long.
Length.
Yeah.
Ball hardness tests. What do you think about those?
I'm not a rule guy. I'm not a real digging into the rules guy. In my opinion, I don't think there should be ball hardness in bowling. And I'm sure there's a whole lab of people right now that would be like revolting against what I'm about to say. I need to become better educated. But in my opinion, throwing a sponge or a Nerf ball down the lane isn't going to do you very good because it's going to roll out and then it's not going to hit very good at all, right? So that in my opinion is about the softest you can get, right? So I wouldn't think anybody would ever manufacture a ball that is that soft. So at some point it gets so soft that it actually hurts the player. And I don't think it's that far off from what our minimum or from what our lower requirements are. But again, I am not heavy into the rule stuff. But I don't really understand why we have a hardness rule other than the fact that yes, a ball that is softer does hook more earlier, but you also need angle down lane. So every time the heads start to go, it's harder to carry to get it off the end of the pattern properly. So whenever you're using something that always starts up earlier, in my opinion, it impacts pin carry.
Well,
I'm out of questions. Let's see if we got a couple of before. I know you probably have things better to do than talk to a couple of Texas boys, but let's
cut my grass at some point. But yeah,
let's see. Raising price would be warranted.
Hi guys.
We got company.
This is what happens when you don't have a screen behind you. You get hit with the blinds.
Where's our bodyguard?
That's right. We're in trouble. This is a question we already asked. Let's run through before Ghost has been TJ's favorite this year. You talked about that already. Okay. I guess lots of comments, but no questions. Oh, here we go.
I have to root for the Bolts because I hate Stan Kroenke with a passion for moving the Rams out of St. Louis and lying to the city of St. Louis. To those that don't know that whole story, he is a complete piece of shit. Stan Kroenke, and he owns the Colorado Avalanche. So I don't like anything that he owns or is a part of. You can also research and understand that I believe it was in the state of Texas, actually, that there was a trailer park community that had been there for a long time, and he had bought the land and told them all they had to evict very, very quickly and gave them no time or warning to get out. So he's a very, very self-centered businessman that does not have any sort of human in his thought process or what is right at all for society or people when he makes a business decision. So I have to root for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And my boy Patty Maroon, who won a cup with the Blues, went to Tampa Bay the next year and won a cup. The next year he was with Tampa Bay and won a cup. He's going for 4 in a row. And I want to see if his body can handle another celebration of drinking for a straight week.
Andy Patterson is a huge Stars fan.
Yeah.
So you got any plans to come call a PBA 50 in Texas? Is there going to? I know Lubbock's coming, but that's like
Lubbock and Odessa
away.
Next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Texas is a really large state, which is actually where we became friends because I picked on you. You kept talking about Lubbock being close to Houston, and I sent you the map. Yeah, we're not really that close. So
yeah. So here's the thing. I don't have anybody in my ear from a truck, so to speak. And I claim to be super knowledgeable. Okay.
Nobody knows Texas though.
But I don't. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about, and I make it up. So I don't even remember. I don't even remember the match. Was it like Francois Lavoie?
I think it was in Lubbock. I know that, and it was somebody 300 to be the 5th hole in the finals. Sean Livery Spar.
Yeah,
and he actually lives in Dallas, but his card says he's from Houston.
Yeah, and I think he was bowling like Francois Lavoie from Canada or something like that. And I said, Sean here, he's got a lot of local support, because he just lives right down the road.
That's it.
Well, I was 50-50, I guess, on that. But in comparison to Francois
had you been in Rhode Island, you'd have been absolutely correct.
Right. Little
Texas,
roadie.
not so much. It was all in good fun. I know you know.
Oh, that. Of course. Yeah. I mean, I talk a lot throughout a day, and probably about 30% of it's inaccurate.
Just got to figure out which 30%.
Right.
I'm glad we had Mike on. We're learning a lot.
Yeah. We're going to be able to
I learned it from Burton. Bo Burton told me he made half the stuff up on the shows that he did. That whole Norm Duke, if you got the time, I got the money. He made that up.
So how about Emil? Is he as nice a guy as he sounds to be?
Yeah. Emil is super, super nice.
He and I don't know what happened on the audio. It was a couple of weeks ago, but I mean, he sounded just like Barry White. He was like,
there's something weird with their soundboard had going on.
Hey,
is that a dog?
I look like a hamster.
Is that her Baker doubles?
Hey, I know we're going to let you go here in a minute, Mike, but I would like for you to give me or give the listening audience your best Macho Randy Savage.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come on.
Jeff Goodger is very, very good at it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's give you the full screen for this.
But unfortunately, he's not as willing to put himself out there all the time and sound like a complete idiot. But it's kind of like this, like, Macho Madness, and then you got to repeat yourself, right? So it's like Mike Flanagan, looking down in his office while he's on the show, right? But whenever I do that on the soundboard, I turn the bass way up and turn the treble down and the mid down.
I can do that.
So it sounds better.
Hold on, give me just a second. Let me get the EQ here.
Doesn't my audio pipe in through this thing? I think you're only turned on your own.
No, I got you.
Yeah, watching the show tonight. Up here in heaven, with Dick Weber, Earl Anthony. Watching the PBA 50 tour on Bolt TV. Miss Elizabeth is right here next to me. So that's all I got.
Awesome. Great.
It's amazing what you can get free, by the way. When you said, how can you change that? I use a little thing called Voice Meter Banana, and it actually runs you through there. So, and us too.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Now,
Thanks,
if I could
Mike.
just figure out how to get us back.
It's the second or third button underneath the big screen here.
Oh, do you use StreamYard?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sound like you really mean it.
I use
Okay.
the PWBAs on StreamYard. I sat in this office and called all the action. Yeah.
Wow.
Got this microphone over here. You know.
Oh, there it is.
Over here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So
Yeah.
where's the truck?
Yeah. I don't know.
He's
I
in
don't know.
it. He's in the
I got
truck.
a Tesla truck ordered.
It's a mobile home. All right. We're going to let you go. Man, it was a blast talking to you.
Hey,
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the next event. I love watching it on Bolt TV, and I haven't won anything yet, but I keep getting points. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I've called my broker. Can I invest these points? And they've turned me away.
Maybe you can use them at the gas station. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, Mike.
All right.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much, man.
We'll see you. Peace. Good luck on your next event.
Way to go.
Thanks, I need it.
All right. That was a lot of fun.
Wow.
What a guy. I am so glad he accepted our invitation to come on. We could have talked another few minutes. We are about 20 minutes away from the start of the Baker doubles tonight.
I know
There's a lot of folks coming around behind us.
Sue.
Oh.
All right, we're getting it started right here, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
We have talked about Big Red.
All our lives.
Okay. How much, and I don't know, I really don't, I guess it started because Mark Tyler, Dr. Pepper, distributor, also distributes Big Red. And I love Big Red, so Mark brought us a bunch of Big Red one time.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks ago, you made Big Red ice cream.
Yeah. Didn't he?
You told me yesterday, you said, hey, I got a surprise for you.
Yeah, I did.
Wouldn't tell me what it was. I thought it was a person. But
hey, Dalton.
Hey, Dalton's here.
Hey,
What's
You know what it was?
good.
What's going on, Vic?
How you
Dalton
doing this
smelled
evening?
cake. That's why he's here.
Uh-huh.
I know why Dalton's here.
You want some of that cake?
You want
Oh,
some-
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dalton, you bowling tonight?
Yes.
Who's your partner?
Logan.
Logan. Well, good luck to y'all. Hope you come in second because we're going to come in first.
I won.
Okay.
All right. we got Dalton blessing on that one. All
All
right.
right. So let's do a couple of things. Do we have time? We have lilies to
Yeah,
show.
throw the
Let's
lilies
those
up
real
there
quick
while we're getting
while
our
she's doing the
production
cake.
truck brings
All right,
some stuff
lilies
in.
for last month. Not as many as normal, but we still had some. Let me find the video to run. And there we go. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Can you? I don't know how well you can see that. This is
I
a
don't know
big
if the
red
camera
cake.
does that justice or not,
I don't
but
think it does.
yeah, it kind of
If
looks
we were
faded
in-
out. But
Yeah, we're living in 720. If we were in 1080 or 4K, you'd
Yeah.
be able to see this a lot better. But
this is 100% big
Sugar.
blue.
big
I mean,
blue.
big red. I mean, not big blue, big red. Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Good night, folks.
Wow.
What else we got?
We're gonna get that recipe.
Upcoming weeks. We'll talk about that probably throughout the show. We're going to sign off on this one in just a couple of minutes. We're going to come right back with the Monday Night Mayhem
Baker doubles. Yeah.
And we are not going to wear our Baker hats, although we thought about it.
Well, wouldn't that be awesome if we were to wear our Baker hats and win the thing?
Wonder if we can get extra pins if we wear it.
Well, even if we had skirts on, we couldn't do that because they're not giving extra pins to the women this year.
They didn't say they wouldn't give extra pins to people wearing Baker hats.
Well, there you go.
Chef's
Let's
hats.
try it. All they can do is throw us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't throw us out.
We don't have.
I guess it could.
We don't have any more notes on here.
We do have a couple. We have a video of the last 2 weeks, the winners of the Mayhem. I can flip that up there real quick, show you those, and then we'll say good night to everybody.
Yeah. Shut it off, then we'll come back.
I hope this is that. We'll see. It's either that or it's.
All right.
That's it. Yeah, I have to let it run till I get a spot where I can cut the music off without it sounding like it got chopped. Okay. Andy's tournament. Andy Patterson has a tournament coming up in Tyler. It's at the Green Acres Bowl in Tyler on August the 6th.
Yeah.
That is a scratch tournament. ETX Bowling did a scratch tournament back in December. It was successful. He's going to try his hand at a singles scratch tournament. It's a little more expensive to get in, but if you want to do a little investigating and jump in on that tournament, all you got to do is find Andy on Facebook. Andy Patterson on Facebook. He's the guy.
And send him some money.
Send him a little bit of dough, and you are locked and loaded.
Yeah. Now we did mention who got our cake for us. We did that earlier, didn't we?
Well, I don't think we showed the cake. We said Sue, but we never really gave her proper props.
I think we need to bring Sue in.
Where is she?
For a second. Sue. Bring Sue in.
Don't be shy. There's not that many people watching. Only a couple of million. Divided by.
Yeah, come on in. Come around here. All right, come on around this side. All right, this is our buddy Jason's wife, Sue.
Jason Price, who's a bowler.
Sue Price. And when he found out we were just humongous Big Red fans, he said, Sue can do this, and she did it.
He volunteered you.
You what?
He volunteered you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mind. I like to bake.
Oh, you do? So I got a birthday coming up. No, I really don't. I quit doing birthdays. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
the cake is delicious.
It is very delicious. I hope
So what's the surprise for next week?
You know what? You can do big red floats.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. Or you can just get the Big Red Cold and drink them.
You got that right.
They'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll put them back in ETX Bowling headquarters.
We will
for future weeks to come.
We will put them in ETX Bowling Partners refrigerator.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
All right, Brad.
Moments away now. Moments.
Cut this thing down, baby.
Did we leave anything out? I mean,
I'm sure we did, but we can hit it once we crank back up.
Yeah, we're going to crank out. We're going to take a little bit of a break. When we step out here, you guys jump over to the other live stream because it's going to come right back up as the Monday Mayhem on the same YouTube channel, on the same Facebook page. I can't talk without moving my hand.
The same.
Same but different. It's the same channel, different stream.
Same bat channel. Yeah, same bat time. Well, just a little bit later. All right.
Billy Rogers from Dallas is here. One of the names bowling tonight. She's over there. Okay, his partner's here. I just saw her peek around the pole. And thanks again. I know he's gone, but thanks again to our guest.
Oh man,
Mike Flanagan, is if you haven't subscribed to Bowl TV, do yourself a favor. Subscribe.
Yeah.
You get all the PWBA. They do have some of the finals on CBS Sports, but all of the PWBA qualifying, the match play is all on Bowl TV, the PBA 50. And that's, those are the guys that I remember. I mean,
we all grew up
Webbers
watching.
and Norm Dukes and
still love to watch them.
Monticelli and
yeah,
I love watching those guys. Not taking anything away from the young guys. They're great. The game has changed, but I still love watching the men
at our age and their age, and we're all the same age just about, but we, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
If you missed the earlier part of this show, we have a lot more people coming in now. If you missed the earlier part of this show, go back and watch it. I'm telling you, and I'm not saying that because we want to improve our likes and subscribers and all that. We do. Go back and watch it because you will have a newfound respect for Mike Flanagan and the whole Bowl TV staff.
That's what an interview with a guest is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we're saying anything about the guests we've had in the past, but
I think you are.
Yeah, well, he took it to the next level because he knows what it's about.
Well, it's the interviewer being interviewed.
Hey, man.
What's going on, Brother Mills?
What's up?
They're piling in here pretty quick, so it's about time for us to say sayonara. 6:23, a short night.
Finish this cake off and
your wife says bring your cake home.
All right, we'll bring some home, babe.
I will.
It would go awesome with that big red ice cream.
If I missed your questions earlier, I apologize. We will be back live here in just a couple of minutes. You can flip them back over and ask questions and do comments over there, and we'll be sure and get them up as we can. As always, we appreciate you guys watching. You mean the world to us.
We do it for you.
We do.
We do this for you.
We have a lot of fun ourselves, but we really and truly do this because we love the game and we love the folks that are around it with us. So on that note, is it time to say sayonara?
Keep rolling that rock. God bless.
Where's the guy in the truck?
He's there. Just give him a minute. He's there.
He's got to find it. There he goes. There he is. All right.